Alrighty, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for the first chat there, ABO. Hope you're doing well. So today's going to be just another stream of Battlekid Fortress of Peril version 2.11, releasing for the Nintendo Switch, hopefully in April. So let's just go ahead and get started. Oh, Lartrak, hello. Yeah, your name is... I remember on YouTube, right? There were a couple of videos. But nice to see you. And welcome on in. I think it's first time to see you in the stream here. Alright, so we're gonna go this way. Actually, this is the only way we can go. I don't even know why I said that. Yeah, it's like, you know, I made the game and everything. That's right, that's right. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah. Welcome on in, yeah, absolutely. Ah, did you know that Battlekid 2 turned 10 years old last December? And next month, this game will turn 13. Or no, actually this month, it's February. In 17 days, actually, it'll be 13 years to the day. So anyway, I don't know if you've actually seen this updated version. This came out in 2018 for the Famicom. Basically, I was approached by a Japanese publisher around 2016 to make an updated version of the game, and they would produce the cartridges, and basically what you're seeing here is the final product, although since the release I have refined the game a little bit more. Nothing too major though. Main things that have changed are things like balance changes and whatnot. The game starts off not quite as difficult as the original one did, so it's more progressive. Here we go. Other little changes, like these guys now have an opening animation, for example. But layout-wise, it's pretty much the same, yeah. I don't know if you were here during the intro announcements, but this is coming out on the Nintendo Switch. This version that you're seeing right here. And it is currently available on Xbox, although Xbox is a slightly older version than this. It's not really that much different. And if you just want a bare ROM file, it's available on itch.io. So you need to play them again, spend a while? Yeah, absolutely. We did it the Switch now, that's why I came to Twitch. Pure life. Oh, okay. Wow. Can't believe that even happened. Alright, well. So what happens when you stand still for too long. Now let's actually do this the correct way. Yeah, I tend to be on Twitch maybe like once during the week, which is usually on a weekday night for me. Just for the record, my local time is in the lower right-hand corner of the stream. And yeah, I'd like to do Sunday afternoons. Today's a little bit earlier than I would normally do it, though. Only because today we don't have any sort of things to do. It's gonna be another card run. Oh, okay. So we're in discussion about doing that. Excuse me. Basically, you want to do the digital stuff first, and then worry about the cartridge run afterwards. And if there is a cart run, it is going to be this version, not the old 1.1 version. Wow, missed my shots. So after Switch, it's going to be the PlayStation and hopefully Steam, and then that'll be the main platforms. And actually, while that's going on, I'm planning to give similar treatment to Battlefield 2. And in fact, I may be doing some development streams, so you can kind of see some progress here and there. I'm gonna switch to see the updated release. And what's cart? So yeah. But if there is, it's not going to be for a while, unfortunately, because just for the record, I think Xbox and everything was at least 6 months ago. If not a little bit more. It took a while to get onto Switch. I guess Nintendo was very finicky with a lot of, what do you call it? Like the permissions. Certification. Maybe that was the word. Like little things like, you know, in the actual game. For example, with the controller, any references to the buttons have to match the button names on the Switch, so I wound up having to modify the original program so that we could have certain conditions to output the various console buttons. Like on Xbox, for example, you don't have a start button, you have a view button. On the Switch, you don't have a start button, you have a plus button, so I'm just making code that would generate the appropriate port button text, and do so very conveniently was pretty much the last bit of programming I did for this. One more time. Or start button for yeah, exactly. I don't know, I guess, you know, they want whatever the default button is. They don't really take into account third-party controllers. Alright. Yep, I got plenty of water. That's one thing about doing these things, these streams, I need plenty of water, because doing all the talking makes one thirsty. An 8-bit do for games like this, but with the Switch first-party controllers. Yeah. I also have one of those 8-bit do controllers, 8-bit do, however you say that. I think mine is like the SN30 Plus. I think that's the model number of it. It's really good for games on Steam as well, and I love the fact that you can use it on all kinds of platforms. Use it on Switch, Steam, and actually you can even use it on Android. There's a time, I mean, not too often, but I'm out. I can actually play MAME, for example, on the Android using my controller. You can even navigate the Android menus using it. Gives you a cursor. Okay, one more time. There we go. It's such a shame. -1 already. The spikes still say hi in the background there. Okay, the controls on the blue retro GameCube. Yeah, it's pretty versatile, which is really nice. I'm just playing Twitch and I think play 25% worse. No, it's... If you want to know, for the record, my very best on Twitch was actually 2 deaths for the entire game. And the furthest I actually made it was to the Seahorse turret boss. The second death was somewhere in the final area, so... That was a pretty good stream. But who knows, if we can go the rest of the game, then it'll only be 1. Of course, if we do go the rest of the game, I would really like to think of that as a 0. So yeah, this boss got updated. Mainly with the laser turrets. As well as the bullets, or the rings, now aim at you. Okay. So yeah. Also, these cutscenes, the only reason why it goes to a cutscene is because the original release had Japanese and English, and it would have been impossible to have Japanese text boxes in in the main game, I should say. And here's a little hint computer, which kind of tells you where to get the key. So yeah, the location for the damage amp has also changed. Alright, let's continue. Oops, get up there. Other little things are like these guys can now go on the walls rather than only the floors. Off stream, I've also been developing some new tools for hopefully making any future NES development much easier. Well, not much, but you know, just easier in general. Because when I look back at some of the old codes, like, man, did I really write code that way? And yeah, I guess I did. It did work, but, you know, there are always ways to improve things. Okay. more. Here I was mainly just having fun with sound effects. Different projectiles play different sound effects. Way more new NES games coming out. Yeah, let's get out of here first. Go to where it's quiet too. So I don't really think so. You know, like the tool set really hasn't changed. The documentation, maybe that's improved. At least I hope so, because you know, I remember way back then, there were not a lot of good documents for developing, and yeah, we can move on. And some of the documentation was just outright wrong. Like it would tell you to do something, and then, you know, you follow it to the letter, and then it doesn't work. Probably because they didn't have as accurate of emulators as we do today. Like in this day and age, we have things like Messen. That's a very accurate emulator. And it also comes with a very good debugger. So you can very easily step through code, and it has a very nice look to it. Although I do personally wish Messen had a dark mode for the code. That's a minor thing. Okay, what I've been working on is my own assembler, actually. So something that'll build the code, and then it's based on the assembler that I did use to make these games, but with a lot more features. Also with some bug fixes. Because the old assembler would sometimes let you do things which were clearly wrong, and, you know, it didn't care. But the worst part, though, is the old assembler would let you do things and it actually wouldn't tell you that what you did is wrong. And it would actually build certain things anyway. Then when you get to something that references what's supposed to be built, it's like, oh hey, that doesn't exist in the code. Why not? And then, oh, because you had too much stuff on one line or something like that. But yeah, with the new assembler, it of course does notify you of all that stuff. And I was actually able to build not only this, but the original source of the original versions of this game as well as Battle Kit 2 using it, and I only had to maybe change like 8 lines or something like that. But yeah, the entire source built 100% the same way. So this is a new fight with our antagonist. If you're playing on story mode, they have a dialogue here. There's a cutscene. Of course, if you're playing on story mode, there's an entire intro as well. Oh, you're not going to do your shuriken? No, now you're going to do it? Okay. There we go. Oh, another thing, thinking about the NES games, there are also tools, for example, NES Maker. I've never used it myself personally. But yeah, you can at least get some kind of project going with that. Oops, get up there. Oh, we got him before he even landed. Nice. We'll do one of the skips. Okay, we got it. If you're careful, you can actually jump over that guy and don't have to fight him, but it's a little tricky. Plus we're playing on very hard, so better to be safe than sorry. Same thing here, you can also avoid killing both of these guys, actually. Okay, we are home free. What am I doing? In this room, if you're very fast, you can go straight to the exit from here, but it's a bit tight, so I'm not going to do it. another skip down here. If you're very fast with the jump button, you can go straight to the top. See? Okay. And then this boss has been greatly refined. Five, six. Here we go. Yeah, most frustrating? Yeah. Now it's, only the 3 colors that you see in the Colormancer area. The purple, pink, and green. And the tiles also now flash whenever she changes the attacks, which is something that should help anyone who might have any issues with color blindness. That's one thing that I heard from some people. So, yeah. Yeah, the actual graphics for the other 3 attacks, they actually still are in the game, but they're just not used. Oh, we already opened that. The other things, like some of the enemies, the squids that we see here, they've got some variations to the ways they can move. In the original game, they only had one type of movement. Now they have, like, various speeds and kind of like various distances they can move. Alright, let's not die here like we did the previous run. Previous run I did something stupid and jumped right up the top here. Like, no, don't do that. Take out the squids and then fall straight down. For D. Also good on me, I usually have to remind myself to make sure to get teleporter C. There was one run, like, oh, we forgot teleporter C, which was bad because teleporter C is right next to the final area. So we had to do a slightly longer walk to get there. But whatever. Some other little things, we were talking about colors, like these guys, for example, have more color contrast in the water than they did originally. So yeah, the good old upgrades, color contrast. Oh, there's more than color contrast, as we've been talking about. Also, there's no more infinite or no more limited oxygen, because it really wasn't that much of a gimmick in the first place. So yeah, let's just not deal with it. Oops, get up there. Everyone was. Yeah. It's like the main thing was to prevent you from getting key 2. So instead of preventing you from getting key 2, why don't we just have key 2 be awarded to you in the area? Go that way. One more. Good. Coming up here is one of the favorite jumps of some people, where in the original game this little thing of rocks was not here. You could just jump straight up into the spikes, so yeah, I rectified that. Because when you're me, who's played the game a couple thousand times, versus a new player, you tend to remember things like that. Okay. Alright. Alright, can we best the waterfall without taking a death? Trigger, please. Oh, I didn't actually intend to kill that guy. I was just playing around, and apparently I was deadly accurate. This one, however, we did intend to kill. One sec, need some water. Alright. Trigger please, thank you. Here you can just run off. Get up there. Get up there. Alright, in between. Good, go. This boss got some more attacks. Or rather, not really more attacks, but like more unpredictable behavior, I should say. The original was basically a set pattern. Gonna do a lot of the bubble attacks today, huh? That's alright. Bubbles are easy to dodge. Bubble again. So when you get the split shot, you gotta be careful. But hey, we only had the split shot one time. Especially when you're falling. The split shot comes up. Can be very tricky to dodge. So here's key 2. So yeah, it made a lot more sense to just have key 2 be here. Rather than getting some items so that you can go and get key 2. Favorite boss in the underwater stage? I mean, yeah, the boss room is underwater, although stage is just, you know, waterfall, but still, yeah. Yep, I like that boss. Another thing with collecting key 2 at the top of the waterfall, it also rectified this problem, because you're intended to go down and around to go back. And in the original game, these little barriers were not here, so players could accidentally come down here and then go down and around, and turns out that it did them no good. So yeah. I learned my lesson. Alright, reset from this side. That's okay. 1, 2. We're gonna just use the save at teleporter D. So D is meant as a shortcut to go back. But if you do not get teleporter D, and if you don't have any other teleporters, then you have to walk backwards, which is possible, but a little tedious. Trigger, please. Thank you. One, 2. Still 49 out of 50, so that's nice. Yeah, these things, their arc, for example, is more of a proper arc than it was in the original game. Also, they have animation, whereas the original game was just 1 frame. They have the same animation in Battle Kit 2, by the way. Also, all of the underwater sections now have background graphics rather than being a solid blue color. I honestly have no idea why I didn't do that in the original game. But whatever, it is what it is. Alright, we're good. Ooh. Here we can run. Wow, that was close. These guys coming up have much more dangerous movements than they did originally. So actually, these are a pretty deadly enemy now. Actually, what am I doing? And also rush this room. You just have to make sure to land your shot. Okay, should be clear to take out these guys. Oh, didn't mean to switch like that. Alright, Seahorse Turret boss coming up. Put up damage a little bit more. Wow. Take this side. Okay. So my strat is I like to take out the right side and then focus on the left side. And also focus on the left side from a distance. Well, if we didn't have that one very careless death at the beginning of the game, then I would have officially surpassed how far I've gotten without taking a death. One of these days we'll do the deathless stream. So we got the double jump now. Come on. Alrighty. Was not actually expecting to make that kill, but we did. Same thing, shoot this guy. Here, just run away. Here, take out that guy. Alrighty, jump. Jump. So this is actually in the original game, the entrance to this area that we were just in would have been here. But it now functions as the exits. Actually, the entrance and exit, what am I saying? Yeah, in this version, it's slightly different. And then you can actually come here early if you want to, just to explore the area. That's why these are all the small jumps that you can make, but that's also the exit. The Japanese, oh yeah, yeah. If you go on my YouTube, I do have sort of a anniversary stream. It's unfortunately it's 8 hours long, but I do showcase some of the cartridges during it. But yep, it's got a cart and everything. It even had like a sales poster, so I have one of those sales posters in my bedroom here, actually. Turn around. This particular area also has a background graphic, as opposed to being pure black like it was in the original game. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes the movement of the enemies can play tricks on my eyes. There we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Although 6 is what I count to, and that's when I jump. These little blocks here, by the way, now have ice mechanics to them. So we got key 3. Okay. We're almost to the boss. One more pass. I almost thought I was too early there. This boss really didn't change other than having a little sound effect for the various attack that's going to appear. You really like doing this ceiling attack, huh? Oh, hey. Got her in the mid-pincer attack there. Wonder if she does the 3 on the bottom and 3 on the top, which come in at you. I always call that the pincer attack. Alright, so we've gotten all the bosses. So man, now I really wish I hadn't taken that death earlier. Yeah, this stupid room. But whatever. So we're gonna go back to Teleporter A. But before we do so... because there was a little hint earlier. For players who may not be familiar with the original game, it says where the grass should not grow, and we've got grass growing out of the metal there, so... you know, grass doesn't grow in metal. And our 2 leaps of faith. E4. And if you take key 4 back to the beginning of the game, you can get the damage amp, but we're not going to be doing that here. We're going to go to Teleporter C and into the final area. I really do like the updated portraits, though, for this room. Should find the damage amp first. Wait a minute. Yeah. But, you know, you still have to get to the damage amp. It's not free. Are there hidden areas? No, not really. Just the damage amp. It's pretty straightforward to go back there. Go. Here I had fun with the spikes and some pixel art. For that little brighter spike, I had to import custom graphics just to do that. This final room, the timing is slightly less tight in this version. You just gotta be patient with juggling these guys. Yeah, if we got the damage amp, these guys would go down very quickly. Good. We don't have to actually kill the guys on top, but I will do so just to be 100% safe. I have to wonder if people feel some tension knowing that the checkpoint is right there. As you can actually see the little entrance here. Reset. Run all the way over. Wait, this guy to the left. Okay. Get all these guys down to 1 HP. And 1, 2, 3. Wow, I almost walked up into the spikes there. Alright, here's another thing people loved in the original game. The good old upside down save points, although we have a little bit more of a cutscene this time around. This is a new feature to this version. There's a different music track for the second half of the final area. In fact, the Famicom version did not have this music track. It was written, I think, in 2021. Reset. And since there's no infinite oxygen, there's one less item to recollect. Wow. What am I doing here? Right, that's one. We can do this on the first one, yeah. Just a side bit of trivia, if you kind of look in the ceilings and floors of some of these rooms, There's some Morse code, and in the order that you encounter these in, it'll eventually spell a message. There's another one right here. There's also one here. I think this here section has the most of those. Okay, run, run, run. Oh, what am I doing? I thought that was going to be a frog. What? But soon... Never mind. I'm not going to talk. Okay. Be weak enough. Do one more shot in the ball. There we go. Here's another one of those messages. Those good old enemy respawners. Here you can just run. Same thing here, just run. And you don't have to do it, but we'll be 100% safe. Even though I'm pretty confident I can do this jump. Or not even jump. Fall. And there's the final one of the messages. This guy also really hasn't changed much. I think it was around this time in the original game that I was feeling pretty good about making bosses, as well as having them telegraph what they're gonna do. There we go. You like this boss? Yeah, around this time, I think making the bosses felt much, I don't know, smoother. Some of the early bosses in the original game felt a little rough, looking back on them. Well, we've made it this far with the one death, so... Will we beat our record, or will we tie our record? There's also a cutscene here with him. If you play with story mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As far as this boss goes, the general attacks are the same. There's just 2 more telegraphs going on now. When he does the turrets in the chest, like he's doing right now, there's a sound effect and little animation. And when he does the lasers that come from the ceiling, the face, it still blinks, but it now plays a secondary sound effect. Oh, you're not going to do the ceiling lasers. Now you're gonna do them. Let's say, give me some missiles. Because the missiles are the ideal attack, because that lets you get a lot of damage on him. Oh man, we gotta be close. Well, we have a new record. 1 death. 1 death. So I guess that pretty much proves I can do it. Yeah, it is what it is, but that'll give us something to strive for next time. By the way, if you do not have key 4, you can still do this. In fact, yeah, I'll just go ahead and showcase that. Key 4 basically acts as a shortcut. And some people have said this is kind of reminiscent to the maze where you would find key 2 in the original game. To some extent, yeah. At least the first half of this. Oops, what am I doing? Yeah, we're almost to the end. Yeah, one little request too for these little up arrows. The Japanese publisher said, put some up arrows there. People might not go that way. Like, okay, I'll put the up arrows. And in retrospect, those actually turned out to be kind of a handy little thing in some of the bonus contents. Like with the boss rush, for example, the arrow indicators tell you, hey, you know, go this way. So yeah, we have officially completed the game. So we've been playing for maybe about, I don't know, an hour 10, something like that. So yeah, I'll go ahead and let this play out, and yeah, we have plenty of time too, so play some more stuff after this. Just for the record, the only reason why this final cutscene text is kind of slow is it was requested of me to do that by the Japanese publisher. I guess, I don't know, the reading speed of some people is not as fast, so whatever. And as a result, because coming up there's going to be some music, and the music is basically timed to the dialogue. And I didn't really want to try writing 2 variations of a song, so that's why the English version also has the same speed. So there you go. But whatever. And we also do have the updated cutscene art in this version as well. So I reused some of the portraits from Battle Kit 2, but also gave more expressions to some of the characters. In particular, Timmy has a couple of more expressions now, Chester, and the Doctor. But if you play on a story mode, you do get to see a lot more of the artwork. Slow text is common in Western games. Interesting. Yeah. It's when you have and it's only when you have scenes where you cannot advance the text at your leisure. When you can advance it, then I have it right as quickly as possible. There's no real reason to slow that text down at all. I never did understand it in some games, like why they have the text right so slowly when it's going to wait for you to advance it. Some PlayStation games were notorious for that. Wild Arms 2, on the other hand, did it just right. They did one line at a time. Yeah, it's really slow, yeah. You know, like if something's going on when, you're expected to read it, then yeah, that's fine. But when it's at the player's leisure, then, just show the text and let them read it as quickly or as slowly as they want to. Yeah, I like this picture here. And then coming up is the, it's actually the same picture from Battle Kid 2's intro cutscene. So I got to reuse this. Same thing here. When I wrote this song, I think the song was a little bit shorter. But then, the Japanese like, no, we want the text slower here too. So I had to expand the song in a few little areas. So some of these ending songs might sound a little repetitive in some parts, but that's just, my way of timing the music to the text. If you failed to catch Chester in time, by the way, there's a bad epilogue. This is basically the same as the original game, though, this little enemy showcase. Although, unlike the original game, some of the enemies have animations. Good old mini-mech. Was thinking of having like a second mini-mech fight, but it just didn't happen. Instead, that got moved to one of the special stages. So here's our credits. The three at the very end there, those were Columbus Circle's the publisher, and then we had help with the Japanese logo as well as the Japanese artwork. So that's what those people were as well. This is another song that I had to expand, particular in the intro, with the slower text. So our little preview of Battle Kit 2. All right, final stats. See, an hour 15. One death. But that's nice. We have a new record. Alrighty, so, and yeah, there's more special stages, as you can see here as well. So I'm going to take a brief break, and then I will be back with you shortly. So enjoy some NES tunes, and I'll be back in about 3 minutes or so.